Hey, what does Barret and this claw machine have in common? They both have a mechanical arm. Yeah, thank you for the prompt game. I believe I was able to hear the thing entirely on my lonesome. Let's go ahead and gear up Barret a little bit here. Yay. I'm also going to probably slot out the poison. I'm going to swap that for the ice materia. I'll take... Shit, I kind of wish I had an ice materia that was a little bit higher. That was level 2. I don't want to, like, just use my most... Okay, let's actually just... Yeah, let's go for it. Let's take the lower level ice materia. I'm sure it's fine. I kind of really wish I knew what I was getting myself into. I'm going to try just going ahead and slotting in elemental with ice. Let's see. The prompt was probably an accessibility thing for hard of hearing players. That's actually what I thought too. It could, my assumption was that it was one of those things where it was like a multi, you know, multiple, what do they call it? Like multiple stimulus, multiple communication, something like that. But it's a way to design your like gameplay mechanics or like other kind of communication things to be more accessible to people with like sensory disabilities. Like if somebody is blind, you know, you don't have a puzzle that's entirely like visually based in your video game. If somebody is deaf, then you need to give them... There we go. If somebody's deaf, then when you make a puzzle, it can't just be purely auditory in nature. Like, usually people think about it in terms of like colorblindness, specifically is a very common one, where people use red and green to differentiate things. Like, but they'll also give the red and green icons, for example, different shapes and different silhouettes so that people can differentiate between them if they have red-green colorblindness. That's kind of like the classical example. I also, at work, have now, I actually don't use red and green anymore with any of the diagrams that I make at work. I always defer to using red and blue or cyan and yellows. A healing Kakarot? What the hell was that? Let's see, that might be useful. Okay, wrong button. There's the button. Barret. Star Pendy, gonna get replaced with the healing necklace. Increases the effectiveness of the healing item, blah, blah, blah. Maybe. Not entirely sure if I want that or not. We've almost got the Big Bertha proficiency, but it's fine. We'll be able to get that here soon. Yeah, I had a former teammate who was red-green colorblind, and like they never ever said anything about it, like bothering them or anything like that. But then, after I found out about it for the first time, it was like, well, you know, now that you've mentioned it, I'll just like, okay, I'm gonna get, oh good, I thought I was gonna get like gorged on again. Now that you mentioned it, I'm just gonna like try to accommodate that and make every single chart like have special, like a different color scheme than, you know, just red and green. Which is really weird, by the way. Like, designing stuff without using red and green is not like super obvious, because like every default color scheme when you're making like a chart or anything like that, the styling is always going to be like defaulting to red and green as primary colors. So I just kind of had to like change my mentality of it, of like, okay, well, blue and cyan can be red and green just as well as red and green can, right? I mean, blue and cyan are the same thing. Orange and cyan are like can work just as well, right? I'm actually not sure, but I think I remember reading that that was like a really friendly alternative for people with red-green color blindness. So, didn't really expect to get on this topic of all things. I guess something about running through a tunnel just makes me want to be all-inclusive to our friends and colleagues while we wait for Wedge to appear, I guess. Did I get the... I think I became proficient in Maximum Fury, but... Well, we certainly are now.
I'm really gonna enjoy burning it all down.
Barret's... This Big Bertha skill is actually really cool. You know, I've kind of mentioned before that I feel like Barret has by far the worst DPS of all the characters I've used. And I think that this might go a long way towards making that a lot better. What the hell is going on here?
You okay? I got you.
Why are they not, like...
Sick of this shit. Whose bright idea was this bullshit?
Yeah, I bet it won't work. Bet you can't shoot individual bugs. Can you go through it? No.
Guess I ain't getting through here.
Anyway, as I was gonna say, I'm kind of wondering why Tifa isn't immediately giving Barret an update on, like, the Wedge being alive situation. You'd think that she would probably recognize that Barret might have a vested interest in hearing about that. But nope, we're gonna talk about the bugs first. There, it's a nightlight. Or, I mean, a bug zapper.
Sorry.
Sorry?
Give me your best shot.
Sorry? What does he give a shit? Well, I mean, that canister wasn't made of Mako or Marlene, so I don't know why he would care that much. Sorry. Mako. Tifa!
I don't know.
How does she not know?
He can take care of himself. We've got big.
Oh, did they all fall down? Oh, that's gotta be what happened. Okay. Now it's making a lot more sense. They all fell down. But the important thing is I have Tifa here, so we'll keep the revival on her. We have the lightning materia, cleansing materia, steel for strike. Okay, cool. Let's give Tifa fire materia to kind of round out what we got. And that will... That's basically the only thing I'm really worried about not having right
You
now.
all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
All right. Gotta go find Wedge. Come on.
Yeah, we do. God, I hope Wedge is alive. I will gladly, like, take at least somebody from that trio living. That would be amazing. Also, of all of them, like, Wedge is the person I would expect to survive the least on account of the fact that he clearly took the hardest hit. But I will, if Wedge lives, then that kind of bodes well for everyone else, right? Hopefully. Okay, so we have 3 different routes. Is this supposed to be a puzzle? Maybe.
I'm afraid to ask, but did you just shoot your way in here?
Hell yeah, he did. Hell yeah, he did. It's Barret, Tifa. What the hell did you expect? Okay, switching over to Tifa because she's awesome. Tifa, you're going to go ahead and use the focus strike on this Bloodhoundy. Okay, well, one of them anyway. Staggied, perfect. Use a dive kick on the Bloodhoundy. God, I love that that ability works when she's in the air. That's amazingly cool looking. It's totally not, like, practical in all situations, and it's usually probably incredibly overpowered. I mean, but I'm super cool with, like, being able to just have Tifa, like, just flip through the air like a freaking, like, ninja. Like a, I'm just trying to think of a way to describe her. all I could think of was athletic ninja, and I was like, that sounds not very imaginative at all. I'm not sure if there are such things as unathletic ninjas. Like, I mean, maybe if they're retired or something like that, like they're just sitting around, having, like, I don't even know what like a ninja would do to relax, like play Ninja Gaiden? I don't know. I'm apparently have very little imagination when it comes to fictional ninjas, so sorry that I didn't give you a good meme there. Ooh! Oh, what is this? Is that purple or blue? I can't tell. Warding materia. What the hell is warding materia? Oh, it probably makes me, like, more immune to poison or something. Let's see. It is... Oh. Grants resistance to the linked materia slot status ailment. Oh, that's not all that interesting to me. Okay, switching back to assess materia. Boop, 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 boop. Boy. It really must be fun to watch me play with my balls all day. What's over here? Nothing. A bunch of empty cages. Okay. Well, the quest for Wedge. I gotta climb another... Oh, Barret, you are so glorious. Okay, switching over to Tifa. Why am I playing as not Tifa? What was I thinking? Okay, get some air combat-y going on there. Bam! Wow, easy enough. Tifa, do you have Thundara on you? You do. We're gonna use that on Mr. Cuddy. That didn't really have very much of a effect on stunning him as I expected or hoped it would. And now we're silenced. Great. Well, I guess you can get ready to do some, like, dive kicks and stuff like that, or get away because this cutter is being a humongous pain in the ass. Switching over to Barret real quick. Barret, I'm going to want you to cast Cura on Tifa. And then Barret, once you get an opportunity, get back up, and then I want you to cast Thundara on Cutter. There we go. Tifa, you're gonna go ahead and do a overpower on the Cutter. Good, good, good. And you're just gonna do that. What is it? Focus Strike will increase stagger. Okay, decent, decent. These Cutters are, like, they got a lot of mileage out of this one enemy because they're still a pain in the ass all this time later in the game. Give him a Thundara. And give him a Punchy. And we're silenced again. Well, it's fine. Barret, gonna go ahead and just use Overcharge real quick. Tifa, he's basically down. You're gonna use your Dive Kick on the Cutter, which should stagger it. Tifa, you were supposed to stagger him. There we go. Shit. Maybe I'll do a Focus Strike on the Cutter. Oh, that increased... I thought that said it would increase stagger, but it just, maybe it increased the stagger meter, but not necessarily, like, increase the amount of stagger that they take, right? Because I expected them to take, like, I expected it to go from like 160% damage to higher than that, but that's fine. Go ahead and use your Dive Kick on the Cutter. Go ahead and actually hit him this time. That would be a preach. There we go. Okay, cool. Also, I discovered something, which is that if you go into battle settings, I can change who the leader is. I'm going to set Tifa as the leader. Why? Not really any reason. Just figure if I'm gonna just be playing with her primarily, then I might as well make it so that she, like, starts off every battle selected. Okay, use some high potions, and let's get ready to get lost. I forget where I came from. Is it over there? the hell's that thing over there? What was that weird giant roar sound effect from earlier anyway?
Hey, you think Wedge is holding up okay?
Of course he is. He's a lot tougher than people think. Probably sleeping soundly, dreaming about his cats.
You're right.
Oh,
We should treat him to a nice meal when he gets back. His choice.
that's so sweet. God, I hope they're right.
Time to kick ass and take names.
Time to kick ass and take names? Barret, how are you this swaggy? Okay, I'm gonna want you to... Oh, she's stunned. Okay. Well, whenever you decide to get ready to do shit again, Tifa. Okay, great. I'm glad that you remembered the dive kick command and got totally fucked on that. Okay, so we'll switch over to... Come on. Okay, we're ready to do the Unbridled Strength level 2. So now we got these crazy mother-friendly combos. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Ah, damn it. Okay. Barret, it looks like these guys are weak. Well, okay. Guess we get a little vacation in the middle of the fight. Tifa, I'm gonna need you to do a dive kick on basically any of these things. Okay. Tifa, I'm gonna need you to actually hit something with the dive kick on any of these things. Actually, let's use the Star Shower on them. Staggered. I don't know what got staggered. Oh, it was a Bloodhound. And I killed the other thing with it, too. Use the Rise and Fall. There we go. Good stuff.
Good sweat.
I think I'm also going to just give Barret a ether so that I can use Cura instead of potions on healing people. Boop. And boop. And Barret can just use another ether. That actually was a terrible idea. I regret doing it that way. I should have just used the potions. Anything that I'm missing yet? Okay, we're fine. Moving upwards and onwards. It's a lot of bugaboos.
Win at all costs.
Bugaboo. Oh. Use the dive kick, use the dive kick, use the dive kick. Close-ish. Not quite what I was going for, Tifa. Please use the dive kick. Oh, okay, so her air combat isn't as cool as I expected it would be. That's fine.
Oh, we're done here.
That was fun. I kind of like killing, like a huge swarm of very weak enemies sometimes.
Gotta stay on my toes if I'm gonna make it out of here alive.
Uh-oh. I'm thinking we're about to fight a... What is this? This is fantastic. I am having a really hard time actually identifying the theme. Like, it's really hard for me to hear the like theme and all of that. But it sounds like jammin'. Does Barret really, like, sling what? Oh my god, Barret just sits there like a pimp, basically. He's got his arm slung around the back. It's pretty fantastic stuff. I was wondering if Teeth had, like, an idle animation. Okay. Anything over here? Nope. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Bench. Poshi thing. Weird growly sound. Boss is imminent.